WSNY, WSNY HD Columbus, broadcasting from the Byers Dublin Mazda Subaru studios. They're under the big windmill. You found today's variety. This is today's Sunny 95.
Welcome to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the show that brings you man-on-the-street interviews, celebrity guests, groundbreaking research, and heartwarming stories about the reasons we smile. Our show is also known as everything you've always wanted to know about dentistry, but we're too numb to ask. Hello, I'm General Dentist Dr. Kvitko, and thank you for joining me today.
The following views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of this station, its staff, management, or parent company. To hear a replay of this show or one of the great shows that previously aired, log on to thereasonswesmile.com or iTunes, keyword Dr. Kvitko or The Reasons We Smile. Listeners should not use Dr. Kvitko's comments and advice in place of an actual dental exam.
Brighten your life with a smile that shows the professional touch of Dr. Kvitko.
Time now for The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Call 459-9769 to discuss your dental issues. Now, here's your host, Dr. Kvitko.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Reasons We Smile. Thank you so much for joining me. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great show. This happens to be show number 430. Before we get started, let me remind you, if you would like to follow me on Twitter, it's at Dr. Kvitko. And if you would go to my office Facebook page, which is Dr. Kvitko and Associates, and like us, that would be awesome. All right, now, today's show is about when to use and when not to use those over-the-counter do-it-yourself dental products. But more specifically, I went on YouTube and I was looking at some of these dental help videos, and I was actually pretty amazed, pretty surprised, a little bit appalled at what is out there. And so I decided to kind of critique this one in particular. We actually have a couple that we're going to do. It's do-it-yourself fillings. And then later on in the show, it's this gentleman says a $12 denture in an hour, which I find funny. Anyway, okay, so let's go ahead and listen to this YouTube video.
Hey YouTube, Herbal Prepper here, and today I'm going to show you how to temporarily fix your tooth filling.
Okay, so this is Herbal Prepper, and she's going to help us replace our fill-in. Not our filling, our fill-in. Or maybe that means because she's filling in as a dentist, she's a fill-in dentist. Anyway, here, we'll wait and see.
Now, this can be useful for now. Say it's Friday night and you're out with friends and your filling falls out. You go home and you fix this up and you're good to go, and you can go to the dentist Monday, or for whatever reason that you wouldn't be able to get it to the dentist as soon as you possibly can, okay?
All right, so that's actually good advice, and means to me there is a time and place for this. However, later on, as you'll hear later on in this same video, she goes on to say, well, you know, maybe you could just keep filling your own teeth instead of actually going to the dentist. So obviously I would take exception to that. So, okay, let's listen back in.
This is also great for after the crap hits the fan. They do sell kits that come with the same things that you see here, which is the clove and the zinc oxide powder. And you just mix it up. The only difference is you're going to pay $7 for that.
Actually, I went to the store yesterday. I went to Meijer, and I bought some of this. It's called Dent Temp, and it was $2.98, not $7.
I have the ingredients here. I use my zinc oxide for sunscreen and my lotions and things for my son when he's out in the sun. I do not use commercial stuff. That stuff gives you cancer. So.
All right, wait a minute. Sunscreen causes cancer? Is that what she's saying? Because it's made by commercial companies? That is weird. I don't think I've ever heard of a report that said sunscreen causes cancer. So you would think right here might be where someone might want to tune out and not think of this person as an expert when it comes to dental fillings. But this video has 56,198 views. I mean, that's a lot of people that are going to be, you know, adversely affected, are going to get bad information. So anyway, obviously what we're trying to do is debunk some of this stuff. So listen carefully, and hopefully you'll be able to make up your own mind as to who's really telling the truth, the YouTube video people or us dentists.
The clove oil is naturally antibiotic, antifungal, and antiseptic.
Okay, two things here. One is we actually do use oil of clove in our temporary filling material and what we use for underneath deep fillings to soothe the tooth. It's well known that oil of cloves is an obtundant, and the mixture that we use is a product called BNT. It has zinc oxide and eugenol, just like she's mentioned. She mentioned the zinc oxide powder. And actually, the active ingredient in eugenol is oil of cloves. And she mentioned that it had antibiotic, antibacterial, and antiseptic properties. Actually, it does have antibacterial and antiseptic properties, but not antibiotic properties. And in fact, in her defense, on the video, it said that she misspoke and that it doesn't have antibiotic properties, but she didn't want to re-record the whole video. So, okay, we'll give her that much. And by the way, antibacterial products kill bacteria or hinder their reproduction. Antiseptic substances inhibit the growth and reproduction of many microorganisms, including bacteria, as well as fungi, protozoa, and viruses.
So this is great for the mouth. You can use this in your homemade toothpaste, which I do.
I know of no redeeming value for oil of cloves to be used as part of toothpaste. I'm not saying it's bad for you. I just know of no reason that it would be any better than just brushing with, chalk.
You can use this in mouthwash, which I do.
Again, I know of no good reason to have oil of cloves in mouthwash. I mean, it does smell nice. It does taste like oil of cloves, which is a pretty good tasting stuff. So again, it's not bad for you, but it's not, I forget what her words were, great for the mouth or something like that.
This has been long noted for tooth pain, so some people actually put it on a cotton ball and stick it on the tooth, and it will kind of numb the area and give you some relief.
Okay, it doesn't really numb the area. That would be something like Anbesol or something that has maybe some form of lidocaine in it, but it does soothe the area temporarily. It just causes this soothing. In fact, that's what an obtundant does, is to soothe. Soothe. It doesn't cure, it just soothes. That's a hard word to say.
Let's see. It smells great. I love the way it smells. So, this is not something that's going to taste really bad, but again, you're not going to have to use a lot of this. So you're not going to pour this whole thing in there because it's very potent. You're using essential oils, guys. So please have respect for essential oils. Don't think just because they're from plants, they're not very strong. I'm telling you, they will knock you on your butt and send you to the hospital if you don't use them properly. Okay?
All right. Her statement about being sent to the hospital, I think, is a little bit ironic because it sounds like she's the kind of person who will do anything to avoid mainstream medical care and dental care. And yet, if you over-ingest some of the homemade brew, I guess, then it's okay to go to the hospital and have the doctors revive you, I guess, or save your life.
So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take a glass container, and the reason why you want to use glass because you don't want to have any type of chemical reactions. I rarely ever will do anything in metal at all.
Okay, here's another point of distinction. When I mix up BNT, which is zinc oxide and eugenol, I use a metal spatula on a glass slab. There is no reason that you can't use metal to mix zinc oxide and eugenol. I will say that zinc oxide can react violently with aluminum and magnesium powders, with chlorinated rubber and linseed oil upon heating, which can actually cause a fire and explosion hazard. But a regular kitchen knife or a regular spatula like I have, when you're mixing at room temperature, will not react with zinc oxide powder.
And I have a wooden skewer, okay? And so what you're going to do is you're going to pour the powder in here. It really depends on the size of the tooth filling that you're going to be needing as to how much powder. You'll have to just kind of work with it, guys. This is not something that you'll get right on the first try. You'll have to just, let me see, since I already have some in here, okay, I'm just going to pour. This is 1/4 of a teaspoon right here, but I've not even got like 1/4 of that. So this is very, very tiny amount. And you want to make sure you don't breathe this in. It's a very, very fine powder, guys, and you'll actually inhale that, and that's not good for your lungs.
Okay. Obviously, inhaling anything into your lungs other than clean air is not good. However, zinc oxide in and of itself is non-toxic, and the only problem with inhaling would be when you inhale the fumes, which only occurs when it melts. So, for example, when someone is thinking about welding a galvanized piece of steel which has zinc in it, the temperature that they would do that at would be very close to the melting point of zinc, and so it's not recommended that you do that, or they take the zinc out first.
So then from here, you want to take your essential oil, and I gotta stick something in my mouth here, this spoon, skewer, and you want to pour just a tiny amount, so like 1 drop, maybe 2. Okay, normally for a toothache, you would only use like 1 drop, but since you're having to actually wet this powder, you're going to have to use a little bit more. And again, you'll have to kind of eyeball it, figure out the size that you're going to be needing to cover. You know, that right there might be enough, or that right there might be enough, or you might need something larger. You just have to look at your tooth and find out how big of a spot you need to cover. So what this is going to do is it's going to harden up a bit, and it's already starting to do, because I did this a little bit before the video. So you're going to sit here and get all of it wet, and as you get it wet, you'll start to build this a little larger here. And you want to do it as quickly as possible because 1, you don't want the powder floating everywhere, and 2, this will start to harden up. Okay, so for time's sakes, I'm going to pretend like this is as large as I need it to be. So you'll know when it's ready is when it's a little firm, and you'll want to do this with gloves on too, that way you can touch everything and move it around. When it's a little firm and it's not squishy. If it's sticky, then you need to add more powder and it's not ready yet. The reason why you want to do this is because you're going to insert this into your mouth, you're going to stick it where it needs to be, and you're going to bite down on it and kind of pack it down in there. And if it's sticky, it's not going to cement up and harden. Okay?
She's absolutely right on that. If it is sticky, it won't stay in the tooth. It'll stick to your gloves. And so it does have to be a certain consistency.
So if this is something that is really sticky still, you want to wait. Let the air dry it out a little bit more, then stick it in. If this is the consistency that you want, at this point you would stick it in the tooth and then you would bite down. And once you bite down, that's going to form to the shape of the tooth. And as it hardens, you want to make sure, of course, guys, keep the outside of the tooth that you're treating dry, no saliva, put cotton balls in your mouth, do what you need to do. I'm just assuming that you guys already know that.
Okay, I've got to say that keeping a tooth dry, a certain part of a tooth dry is really tricky, even for us dentists. And we have assistants with suction, and we have mouth mirrors that we can push the tongue out of the way. We have the air water syringe tip that we can spray air on it. And even with that, it's still not that easy because people tend to need to swallow. They close their mouth, their tongue moves around. Yeah, it's hard for me to imagine that a person could truly get the space that they're trying to fill with a temporary filling dry enough and clean enough to be able to do it properly. Okay, we're going to come back to that video, or actually it's audio for you listening, in just a minute. But right now what we're going to do is Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. So before we do, we'd like you to listen to this.
This station will not be held liable for any contesting during The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Participation in the contest allows Dr. Kvitko to record and broadcast your name and call. 1 winner per household. Prizes are non-transferable, cannot be substituted, and are subject to taxes and fees. This station cannot be responsible for the inability to enter the contest, whether due to equipment malfunction or telephone difficulties. All decisions of Dr. Kvitko concerning this contest or eligibility are final.
And now it's time for Dr. Kvitko's question of the day.
Okay, and let me remind you that you can win free flowers from Weistember Florist. They'll be delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. So, here we go. Today, we are listening to a YouTube video by somebody called Herbal Prepper about do-it-yourself fillings. Which of Herbal Prepper's comments do I believe are true? Is it A, commercial sunscreen products cause cancer? B, it is very important to have oil of cloves in your toothpaste? C, placing a temporary filling by yourself at home is just as good as having a filling placed by your dentist? Or D, none of the above? All right, the winner's going to receive free flowers from Weistember Florist. delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. The number to call is 614-459-9769. That's 614-459-9769. So go ahead and call now.
Stay tuned to Dr. Kvitko.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. Did you know that you no longer need to visit several different dental professionals to get more complete dental care? We handle everything from cleanings and orthodontics to restoration, implants, and smile makeovers, all in my office. And now we have 2 locations. Get the most advanced technology and procedures available today. It's more complete dentistry.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
Dr. Kvitko, let's go!
Hi, I'm Johanna, and I've been a dental patient at Dr. Kvitko and Associates for over 10 years. I would really recommend Dr. Kvitko for your family's dental care. They're friendly. They're always there to help me. I feel like family when I walk in the door. It's clean, it's comfortable. Even if I have to bring my kids, they have a great playroom for them. I know when I'm with Dr. Kvitko, they are taking that extra time to make sure that I'm going to be the healthiest I can be. They've been great. I love them.
Call Dr. Kvitko and Associates today, 614-262-9588.
Hi, my name's Athena. My family and I have been patients of Dr. Kvitko and Associates for over 10 years. We've gone to Dr. Kvitko for numerous reasons, especially cleanings, crowns, and root canals. Since going to Dr. Kvitko, I get compliments every day on how beautiful my smile is, and people always ask me how I get my teeth so white. I used to be afraid of the dentist, but Dr. Kvitko and his staff make you feel very comfortable and relaxed, and I'm not afraid anymore. I would recommend Dr. Kvitko for all your family's dental needs.
Call Dr. Kvitko and Associates today, 614-262-9588.
Hi, this is Richard Simmons. Dr. Kvitko's here, and he's going to help you with all of your problems. Are your teeth yellow? He can fix that. Are you missing a tooth? He can put a new one in. How is that?
That's very good. Thank you, Richard. Okay, we have 4 people on the line. We have Jennifer, Kelly, Erica, and Tina. And during the break, I rolled a dice, and it came up line 3, which is Erica. Hi, Erica. How are you?
Awesome.
Good. That's what I like to hear. And Erica, what is the answer to Dr. Kvitko's question?
D.
D.
All of the above.
Meaning none of the above. You got the.
None of the above.
We don't want people to think I agree with any of this stuff. It's none of the above. Okay, Erica, what do you do for a living?
Accounting.
Accounting. Okay, awesome. Well, hey, stay on the line. We're going to get the information so we can get those flowers to you. And in the meantime, before my producer gets busy with that, we're going to go back to more of this YouTube video about do-it-yourself fillings.
But so from this point, after it starts to dry and it's not sticky, it'll dry up in your mouth and boom, there's your filling. It's very simple. It's not very difficult at all. And from that point, guys, you can either go to the dentist or you can continue to make temporary fill-ins or actually go through the process of getting a permanent filling done. You can do it yourself as long as you know what you're doing.
And there it is. That's what I was talking about at the beginning of this segment, where at first she said, hey, it's Friday night, it's late, you have a filling or a tooth that broke, and you want to put a temporary filling in it till you can see a dentist on Monday. But now what we're hearing is, hey, it's okay to just keep filling this thing and filling it over and over again. And I can tell you that all that's going to do is to lead to you having either to get a tooth extraction or a root canal, because this cavity is going to keep growing and growing and growing until all of the existing decay is removed. And nowhere in her discussion did she talk about actually removing decay, which is actually good because you can't remove your own decay. It's impossible to do. I can guarantee you, you just don't have the proper access. You'll never be able to get even instruments that I might use. You'll never be able to get it all the way in there and get every bit of decay. You just can't do it. It's hard for me to do it with all of the help that I have and the light, good lighting, and the dry field and the rotary instruments and all of that. And you know what? Decay is like rust. Unless you remove it all, it just comes back. It's that simple. It just comes back. And since she's not even advocating that you even try to remove the decay, You're just asking for trouble. You just really are just asking for trouble. Yeah, it's really something. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to what else she had to say.
You want to make sure you clean out the mouth really well, guys. No, don't pack food or trap food down in there.
Again, how in the world are you going to know if you have food trapped down in there, or if you did know that you actually got it all out? Because, again, it's very, very tricky to do. And in fact, it can be kind of innocuous in the sense that, I'll tell you what, I was working on a patient last week, and we were getting ready to place a filling. And my assistant, my expanded functions dental auxiliary assistant, who is certified to place fillings, was getting ready to place a filling, and she called me over to do a check step, and I took a look at what she was doing, what she was working on, and there was this huge piece of food right at the very edge of where the filling was going to go. And I asked her about it, and she said, "Oh, I thought you had put retraction cord in there to make it easier." And I said, "No, that was food." So here you have a highly trained dental assistant, one so trained that she's certified to place restorations, who had access to good light, to good drying agents, and to have help to clear the area. And she still didn't know that that was a piece of food in the way.
And that's it, guys. That's very simple. Like I said, if I can do it, anyone can do it. So I hope this video is a blessing to you guys. Until next time.
Oh my goodness. What a crazy comment. If she can do it, you can do it. If I can juggle, can you? If I can paint a picture, can you? It's weird. It's really weird. So I think you get the idea. I'm just trying to get people to not just believe something because they saw it on YouTube. This woman has no training, doesn't really know what she's talking about, did not talk about the fact that there is decay down there. By the way, just so you know, fillings don't fall out for just any reason. Fillings can only fall out if the tooth becomes decayed, because that means the part of the tooth that was holding the filling in has turned to mush, and now it can't hold the filling in. It's that simple.
This is Clark Kellogg. Stay tuned for more of Dr. Kvitko.
When it comes to the overall health of your teeth, trust the experience of Dr. Kvitko and Associates. From dental cleanings and exams to restoration, dental implants, and pediatric care, Dr. Kvitko and Associates can give you something to smile about.
There's a lot of places out there that offer discount dentistry, but at Dr. Kvitko's, he actually takes the time.
See what Dr. Kvitko and Associates can do for you. Conveniently located on High Street in Clintonville, call 262-9588. Or online at drkvitko.com.
Estás escuchando con Dr. Kvitko aquí en su estación favorita.
Hi, I'm Dominique Reichert. Like what you hear? Why not use the show to promote your product or service by becoming a sponsor? Call 614-262-9588 to learn how. That's 614-262-9588. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. I've been honored to help several famous people get a perfect smile, like Keith Carlos and Dominique Reigard from America's Next Top Model, and Ted the Golden Voice Williams from right here in Columbus. Isn't it time you had a celebrity smile? It costs less than you might think, and most of the time, it can be done in one visit. A new smile can make a world of difference.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
I'm Grandpa, and I go to Dr. Kvitko, and I still have all my teeth. Real ones. Where's my glasses?
All right, if you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is The Reasons We Smile, episode number 430, and we're talking about some dental do-it-yourself videos. This next one claims to teach you how to make a denture for $12 in an hour. Okay, let's listen in.
These are my $12 dentures that I made in about an hour.
Okay, the first thing that comes to my mind is, you have got to be kidding.
Dentures can be ridiculously expensive.
Okay, I'm not going to argue that dentures can be expensive. I won't call it ridiculous, but I preach every day that the cheapest thing to do is to save your natural teeth. It's always the cheapest way. And yet, people tend to think, okay, I'm just going to take the quick answer, the cheap answer for today, and I'll worry about the consequences later on down the road. And so, apparently this guy thought he would save some money by having his teeth out rather than having them saved, so then he's facing the cost of dentures.
Hard to talk with.
A good fitting set of dentures is not hard to speak with. It's actually easy to speak because we satisfy all of the principles of speech by dealing with where the upper lip hits the lower lip, when you say sounds like Fan, Van, and Vivian, when you say sounds like Church Judge, when you say sounds like these, them, and those. So if he had a set that he couldn't speak with, he probably went to the wrong dentist.
And they can slip.
Great fitting, professionally made dentures don't slip. So, sounds like he probably went to a discount place to begin with.
These are made out of polymorph beads. Some people call it friendly plastic online. You can get it at some art suppliers. The big one, I won't say its name. You just put them in a little glass of hot water. I usually put it on for about 30 seconds in the microwave. Then you pull it out and make it into a little globule there. Spread it around real good and roll it into a ball.
Okay, so this guy goes to Walmart and gets these little plastic beads, which actually I have those. We've used them at the office for some things, not to make dentures though. And up until this point, he hadn't shown his own mouth. And then I'm thinking, well, he only has a few little beads in there, and he starts playing with it with his fingers, and I'm looking at it going, this isn't going to make a denture. This isn't enough to make a denture. And it turns out he's not even making a denture. He's making a little fake, he's missing 2 or 3 front teeth, and so he's making what amounts to a little bit of a temporary bridge.
Flatten it out. Use your thumbs. Push it behind the back teeth, usually just along the edge there. Hold it with your tongue and bite down. I use a butter knife. Just smooth it off nice and flat, and then roll it up, tuck it up in there again with your thumb. Bite down, smooth it across. Hold it with your tongue in the back so that it doesn't collapse. Shape it a little bit. And before it gets hard, and I will stress this, you don't want to let it get completely hard on there. You want to pop it off.
And by the way, the reason he said that is because, first of all, he's wedging this in between 2 of his own natural teeth, and therefore, if he lets it get hard, it's going to be stuck in there. And I'm guessing this guy probably did it wrong once and had a heck of a time yanking that thing out of his mouth. And so there's a case of where you can actually, do damage to yourself by trying to do some of this stuff yourself and listening to people that have no business advising other people on how to do dentistry. It's actually pretty funny to me.
Take a pair of scissors, cut some of the excess edges off, and you can use the butter knife and dip it in the hot water, and that's how I shape it. Just take your time with it. It's a work of art. Generally, I find the center line in it, and I'll make a line across it with the knife and start to smooth it to the sides. The more you smooth it over to the sides, the more it'll lock it in place there into the groove of your teeth when you slide it on and click it in place. Pull it out, and I use the hot knife. Pretty soon you'll end up with something that looks like this. Kind of looks like teeth, right? It's pretty white there. If you want to get some better color to it to match your teeth, I'll generally put it into a cup of cold coffee for a few minutes. But there you go. And all you can do is clip it in and say, "Hello, smile," for only $12 too. And if it don't work out for you, well, I'm sure you can come up with other uses for the stuff. Get a whole bottle of it for $12 online. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.
Well, sadly, that's all the time we have today. I hope none of you believed a word that guy said. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Dr. Kvitko. Be sure to join me next week and every week right here on your favorite station. Goodbye.
Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Before we leave,
Let me tell y'all a little something.
This is Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the hit show on VH1, urging you to tune in next week with my dentist, Dr. Kvitko.
If you're interested in learning more about this and other dental health topics, go to thereasonswesmile.com to access full episodes of Dr. Kvitko's show.
If you'd like Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist, to speak at your next event, please call 614-262-9588. That's 614-262-9588, or send an email to speaking@thereasonswesmile.com.